So let's take a look at some examples of where our perception of reality can easily be tricked or confused. This is based on something called the cafe wall illusion. If you look at these blue lines, they probably appear slanted to you, right? They're at various angles. But I promise you, they are actually perfectly horizontally straight. In fact, I can highlight them for you so you can better see that. Right? Those red lines are perfectly horizontal. There is no angle to them at all. Right? These blue lines are not at an angle. They are perfectly horizontally straight. This perception of them bending and warping comes from the contrasting colors, particularly the black and white. If you'll notice, they are contrasting at each step, as well as some of the other lines and angles around the image. This creates illusion at a perceptual core. This is at a sensory level. All right, as I said, our senses perceive of the world, of course, but even at a sensory level, they can be fooled, right? And that constructs this overall image of these slanted lines when in fact doesn't exist at all. But our perception is not based solely on our sensory experiences. This is a common illusion, sometimes the egg cart illusion. Right? You'll see, for example, on this top row here versus the second row, right? There are a difference in these circles. Right? Most people will perceive this top row as being convex, pointed out, right? The little dimples that are pointed out at us, whereas the second row is concave. They're poked in, right? So the top is poking out, this row is poking in, right? And we can see the same pattern throughout. But now let's do something basic. Let's just flip it around upside down. So keeping in mind that this is the row that was poking out and this is the row that was poking in. Well, when we flip it upside down, suddenly they've swapped. This bottom row that was the top row now looks like it's concave, whereas this row that did look concave, poked in, now looks like it's poking out. And if we flip it again, we'll see the illusion returns. Right? This is fundamentally impossible, right? Things don't swap from concave to convex by simply changing their orientation. Right? What's going on here? Well, this is not so much a sensory illusion as it involves higher order functioning as well. The first step in realizing this is that there's nothing is concave or convex on this image at all. It's not. It's a computer screen, right? They're perfectly flat. What's causing the illusion is the difference in shading of the gray, with the light gray at the top and the dark gray at the bottom. Why would that appear in that way? Why might we see this in our own lives? Well, if you think about it, you can see that this darker gray is creating what we perceive as a shadow, and so the opposite end is lit up. Right? We are assuming a light source from above that is shining down on this, creating a shadow. And where the light and the shadow appears, right, based on a light from above scenario, determines that perception of concave or convex. Right? But why are we assuming light from above? Why are we assuming that shadows work this way? Well, it's because light comes from above, right? The fundamental light source of our whole entire world, of the planet, is above us, is perceived to be above us. Right? The sun is up there. All shadows, all light tends to come from above. In our own houses, in our classrooms, in our work, we tend to light from above. So our prior expectations or prior experiences teach us light comes from above and casts shadows in a particular way. And then when we see something that matches the light and dark with a light from above scenario, we perceive or change our model based on our prior experiences to construct this concave and convex illusion. This is a mask on a stick. There's nothing particularly special about this mask. It's just the kind of plastic mask you could put on your face. And we're just going to rotate it around on a stick. And let's see what happens. Perhaps you noticed something weird happened when that mask rotated around. You'll notice what we've done is we have lit the back of the mask such that there are no shadows. There are no depth cues. So as the mask rotates around, you are perceiving a face, 2 eyes, a nose, and lips. The brain actually has areas dedicated, for example, in the fusiform gyrus, to processing faces. And the brain knows what a face looks like. When it sees 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, it goes, aha, that's a face. And faces are not concave. Right? So the mask, which is actually concave, when rotated around, the brain switches and perceives it as a convex normal face, right? Our brain's innate tendency to perceive of faces in a particular way causes us to overwrite reality to match our expectations. Here's another fun one. This one is about combining video and audio. All right, so make sure you've got your speakers set up, and let's take a look at this video. And I want you to tell me what sound this man is making.
Ba, 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 ba.
Okay, now I want you to close your eyes. Don't look at the video, just listen to the sound.
Ba, 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 ba.
You can open your eyes again.
Ba, ba.
What noise is he making? Well, when your eyes are closed, you should hear the audio ba, 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 like the sheep ba, right? But when you watch the video, it sounds like fa, fa, fa with an F. Why? Well, it's because the video is him mouthing the sound fa, but the audio really is ba. So you are actually taking 2 modalities, audio and visual, you're combining them together, and the brain realizes that they don't match. But that is not the way our brains expect the world to work. Right? Our brain expects sound and vision to match. And when they don't, we actually alter our perception of reality to make it make sense. In this case, we weight vision more heavily than sound, and we actually change our perception of what the sound is to match our vision. And if you don't believe me that he's saying ba all along, feel free to reverse back this video and watch as many times as you want, either with your eyes open or your eyes closed, and you can see those differences. Let's take a look at this, and let's see what you hear now. Well, you heard rain, right? Hopefully most of you did. But that's not actually what you're listening to. While the graphics, the video was of rain, what was really being played was bacon frying in a pan.